Hey you guys, my name is Courtney Jay and welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can tell by the title, I am giving you guys a story time. And this story time is based on current events. It is currently August 27th, 2024. This whole entire month of August has been insane. I'm not even over exaggerating. And I was going back and forth on whether or not I was going to share everything. And then I'm like, you know what? I've been forced to sit down. So that basically means that I should probably get back to sharing stories. I used to share stories on my channel before everybody discovered me in 2021. So I think that I've just been forced to go back to old roots. I have my water in a wine glass. So get your water in a wine glass and just stay tuned. If you haven't already, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And tune into my previous video that I shared for you guys, which ironically, that video was made and then the day after, everything just turned left. Like the day after I finished that video, the very next day, everything just, so just stay tuned. Let's start from the beginning. Around the first week or so of August, I noticed that I had a very painful bump on my tailbone. I went to the club that Wednesday, that week of the first week of August. I went to the club that Wednesday. I noticed that I had the bump and I was just trying to see if it was just gonna go away on its own, but the pain was just so unbearable. I even got the girls at my club to look at my bump. I got the house mom to look at my bump. One person said a spider bite, another person said an ingrown. My sister at first thought I had a hemorrhoid, whatever, and then a cyst. So there were so many things. I just finally decided to go see somebody about it. But before that, I actually popped the bump myself and it was very disgusting. Oh my gosh, when I popped it the first time, the stuff that came out of it, ugh. It literally, like, how it was coming out, it looked like the size of, like, a mole. Like, if somebody had a mole, like, hang off their skin, like, that's how I can describe the substance that came out of my body. And it was so disgusting. And then another day, I squeezed it some more, and more pus and blood and all this other stuff came out. And then I was like, okay, this is way too much. I'm just gonna go to the clinic to get whatever this is drained. So I went to Piedmont Urgent Clinic and they drained whatever I had. Apparently I had an abscess. And so I've never had that before. So the guy, they drained it. It was very painful. Did they numb my skin? They did, but the numbing whatever thing did not do anything for me. I felt everything. I was crying. It was painful. I hated it. I wouldn't wish that experience on anyone. So after they drained it and everything, they prescribed me 3 medications. They prescribed me narcotics, ibuprofen. This next one is very important because that's why I'm making this video. Sulfamethoxazole trimethoprim Bactrim, whatever. We're just gonna say sulfameth Bactrim. They prescribed me those 3 things. My best friend Steven came and helped me pick up my prescription and things like that. Love you, Steven. And boom, I got the ibuprofen and the sulfameth. I did not get the narcotics because it wasn't necessary for me to have them. The ibuprofen was strong enough and I only had to take the ibuprofen probably like once or twice and then the pain was gone. I was cool. However, they told me that I needed to take the sulfameth for 10 days, twice a day, 20 tablets within 10 days, 1 in the morning, 1 at night. I asked them you know, like, do I actually like need to like take it or whatever? And they're like, yeah. You know, they said it's an antibiotic, so you need to take it. They didn't tell me anything else. That's all they told me. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I wasn't able to do anything for like 2 weeks though. I wasn't at my club for almost 2 weeks because the abscess needed to heal and I had an open wound or whatever. So I wanted to wait for it to heal and then I was gonna go back to the club or whatever. So once I wasn't feeling any more pain, I was taking my medicine, everything was fine. I had this scar. The scar was still on my butt. The scar is actually still there, but it's not as bad. And I went to the club last week, actually. Last week was when I went back to the club after this whole experience. And I had a really good Monday. I said, okay, I'm gonna work every day this week because I missed 2 weeks or whatever. So then, last Tuesday, I leave the club to go to dance class. Dance class was great. I leave dance class and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go back to the club, see how it is, and if it's busy, I'll stay. If not, I'll just come back and spend time with my friends. I'm walking up to my car, I see my glove compartment was open, and I'm like, I know you're lying. I know you're lying. Why did they break into my car? They broke my window. They took my whole like passenger window off and broke into my car. And they stole my whole dance bag. I've gone to that studio with my dance bag in my car numerous times. Typically, I'll take my bag with me. Sometimes I'll leave it in my car and I won't have no problems. They took my whole dance bag and left my dance shoes, and they took my taser from my middle console. And when I saw they took my dance bag, I just broke down crying because I'm like, I literally just made it back to the club yesterday and they stole the little bit of money that I made during daytime and everything else that I had. All my makeup, my clothes, my crystals that I had in there, like everything valuable that I had in my dance bag was just gone. And I'm like, you guys are the worst thieves ever. Like, what are you gonna do with dance clothes? I was so sad. I'm like, they literally took my new favorite red ninja dance outfit that I only wore one time, and I just got one of my house moms to stitch the bottom back up so I could wear it again. I don't know if I was more upset about my bag missing, the money missing, or my favorite outfit missing. I was just upset over everything. And apparently, there's a lot of break-ins at the studio. Unfortunately, it's very, very, very unfortunate. The area over there is terrible. The officer was saying there was like 7 break-ins prior to that Tuesday or whatever the case may be. And I'm just like, this is literally insane that I got jacked. So then the next day, I go to get my window fixed and the universe gave me extra funds. So I was able to get everything replaced with the extra funds that I received, and all was well and well is amazing. So then I go to the office to do a casting thing with Randy. And if you don't know who Randy is the director producer that I work under and learn from. And I noticed that I randomly just start breaking out right here under my armpit. But before that, after I left from getting my car window fixed, I did notice earlier that Wednesday that my eye started to hurt. And then when I came home from the mall, I noticed that I had bumps on my thighs. And I thought that it was maybe just because maybe hair was growing back, like just, you know, it's like little bumps. I thought they were just gonna go away on their own like they normally do. But no, that was actually a red flag. So when I noticed at the office that I'm breaking out under my arms, my stomach was itchy. I'm like, oh my gosh, Randy, I'm like itching really bad. So then I go to the store to get some itching cream. And while I'm driving, I'm literally itching super bad. My scalp starts itching. I'm just itching everywhere. That was around 7 p.m. We leave the office around 11 p.m., right? I go in my car and I look at my face, and my face literally had so many bumps on them. It was, I'm like, not my face. My face had bumps, not like pussy bumps, but just like you could tell like I was breaking out in hives. And my arms were red. My torso, my chest, everything was literally red. I go home. I was on FaceTime with BB. I kid you guys not, my whole entire body from head to toe covered in red spots. It's like it just spread so quickly. It started out as little bumps under my arms to just my whole body turning into like a red polka dotted purse in the mask of like 2-3 hours. Insane. Insane. The day after, that Thursday, I decided to go to this other clinic that I go to. And they basically told me that I had an allergic reaction to the antibiotics that I was given. And I was very, very pissed off because I'm just like, yo, they didn't tell me no type of side effects or anything, you know? They just told me to take it. And even when I asked them if I should take it for 10 days, they were like, yeah, take it for 10 days. Like, nobody was like, oh, if you end up feeling better, then you can stop taking it. Because I started feeling better, literally, I want to say sometime like last week, probably before then, I started to feel better. The pain was gone. But I guess because it was antibacterial, I still needed to take it, you know. And I had an ointment that they gave me to put on the open wound anyway. And I'm like, they could have at least told me like, hey, if you notice that you are feeling better, you can stop taking it. But they didn't tell me the side effects of this drug. And I was very upset about that. And then, of course, they ask you if you're allergic to anything. And I've never had to take sulfa drugs before, so I wouldn't have known that I was allergic to it. But now we know. They prescribed me this ointment for the rashes or whatever. They gave me an EpiPen in case I can't breathe. Fortunately, I didn't have to struggle with that too much. They were drawing my blood. They had to find my vein. It took them 5 times stabbing me with a freaking needle to find my vein. That caused me to have an anxiety attack. I started crying in the chair. They're like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, I'm stressed. I'm like, you guys can't find my vein. This happened last time I was here. Like, every little thing just irritated me. And then when I left finally, I broke down in my car and I had to call BB because I was having a panic attack, anxiety attack. And I was just like, I'm just so ready for all of this to be over. I was already out. I was like down for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. I finally go back to the club. Car gets broken into. Car gets fixed. I break out into hives. I find out I was given poison. And now my whole body looks like a cheetah and a leopard had a baby with a red panda. And I was just so angry. And when you get paid for your looks, I don't think I need to say anything else. So I was just very like upset with just the whole situation. On top of transparently me feeling like, dang, everything I worked for, all the money I saved, everything kind of just went down the toilet in like 2-3 months, you know. Because for June, I typically take a break during my birthday or whatever. But you know what's so funny working in the club industry is like everything will be perfectly great, right? And they're like, okay, cool, I can take a break, I can relax, you know, because I've worked my butt off. Let me enjoy the fruits of my labor. And then when you do that and then you go back to wherever you work at, then all of a sudden things want to be slow. All of a sudden, right? I only had 3 days this month of August to be at my club. 3 days. The first weekend of August and then Monday of last week. I wasn't even given the opportunity to even rack back up things to make up for July being slow. So all that stuff was on my brain as well. So at this point, I'm just surrendering to everything. You know, at least I got my rent, but I'm just like, this literally sucks. This literally sucks. And then they wanted me to go to the allergy and asthma center here in Atlanta. I called them. They tell me the consultation is $200 to $245 to $311. And then the testing can range from $400 to $800. And then the lady gonna be like, you know, do you have like health insurance or whatever? And I'm like, honestly, I'm one of those people where I think all this is a scam. Because how y'all got people paying for health insurance? They're paying however much monthly, and then yeah, they pay a small amount on their actual appointment day or whatever, but you're still technically paying whatever you had to pay for the remainder of the year if you end up not going to the hospital like that. It's just, all of it is just a scam to me, just like car insurance, which I talked about that in my other video. So yeah, I'm like, either way it goes, the insurance is not the problem. Why are you guys charging an arm and let it tell people what they're allergic to? Anyways, so I just deaded that. So after I got over my emotions or whatever, I asked one of my girlfriends at the club if she knew any like herbal things to help me with my condition. And she told me about your herbal lady, which ironically, I came across a TikTok about the herbal lady shop months ago, and I was gonna go with one of my friends because I sent it to her and we were gonna go. But then it kind of just went over my brain. So it's very ironic how things have changed. And I think that I was given her other shop because the TikTok, I definitely don't remember seeing anything in that TikTok about like blood type testing and things like that. And that's important because when I went to the herbal shop, I believe on Friday, I was literally a minute late. I found out that from the hours of 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., they test you for your blood type because they do everything based on blood type. I go Saturday morning, I get my blood type tested, and I figured out my blood type. And then I was given a list of everything I need to avoid and things that I can eat based on my blood type. And the blood type kit was only $20. I'm like, wow, $20 helped me way more than whatever this allergy center was trying to do. I'm like, I've gone my whole life knowing that I'm not allergic to anything besides like regular pollen stuff, for real, for real. However, I experienced like eczema and certain body pains and things like that. So looking at the list of things that I don't need to eat, it's so funny how majority of things I like to eat, I can't eat or I shouldn't eat because they're inflammatory. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense why I still have flare-ups of eczema. You know? So all the things that I made for you guys on camera, just disregard it. I can't drink goat milk. I can't eat strawberries because that's inflammatory, and that's my favorite fruit. I can't even eat cabbage. I'm like, I love cabbage. And when it comes to eggs, you're only supposed to eat 6 eggs per week. I'm like, I used to eat 6 eggs in one sitting. But no, literally, your herbal lady, that shop, after you get your blood type tested, whoever's in there, she goes over all the blood types, all the details, the personality traits, the things that you should avoid, should eat, how much of, etc., etc. And then they give you this detox water, which I'm gonna show you guys. As you can see, I've been drinking it. I literally love this water. It tastes like nothing, and I think that's why I love it so much, because it tastes like nothing, and I wish I could drink it more than 2 times a day. So basically, you go through an 8-day detox because the water expires in 12 days. So after 8 days, on the 8th day, you go back there, and then they give you your own water based on your own personal needs. But for the 8-day detox, you have to pay attention to your food list. So I literally ended up throwing out all of my groceries. But fortunately for my blood type, I have to have meat, and I love that. So I don't give away meat. So I can eat all the salmon, chicken, and beef that I want, as long as the beef and the lamb are grass-fed. I can eat it. I'm not really tripping about the strawberries, honestly. I was tired of buying new ones anyway, and they just kept molding over and over again. It's all good. I can still eat pineapples, and I can eat blueberries. Like, literally, I'm very picky when it comes to fruit. I can't even eat kiwi because that's inflammatory for me. Crazy. But it's fine. But the water that they give you is a detox water. It's 25 bucks. And it has 72 minerals plus fulvic acid, humic acid, and 12 amino acids. So you take it twice daily. In the morning time, you take it with this vitamin C plus L-lysine powder. I pray I said it right. This was $5. Everything for the detox was literally only 30 bucks. So overall, you'll spend $50 your first visit to the shop, which is way cheaper than any allergy center. And this powder actually is antibacterial, antifungal, and antiviral. And I'm like, wow. I wonder if I knew about this place, if I could have just came here after my abscess. Then when you take it at nighttime, you take it with a teaspoon of olive oil to help with flushing. So I've been doing that since Saturday, and I'm just obsessed. I'm actually very happy that I know this information about my health now. It's so ironic how things happen too, because I was literally telling myself that I desired to get back into cooking, waking up earlier, and just having a new routine. So this whole month I've been forced to just sit down and just deal with all of this stuff left and right, and just really surrendering to everything. How I'm feeling in the present moment today, my skin is way better. I still have spots on my body, like on my chest. I still have like spots. I don't know if you guys can see it. But this looked worse than how it did before. I want to say that the detox water is actually the reason why I think my skin has cleared up as fast as it did versus the ointment that I was given. I put the ointment on probably like 3-4 times. And I mean, I guess I want to say that it worked too, but I really think the detox water is doing more. And I told my doctor, I went to go see them actually the other day, and only in America do they charge you $46 to tell you your freaking blood test results. And I'm like, I was only there for 5 minutes. I'm like, I'm so ready to be done with these clinics. Like, I just... so over it. Everything financial wise and all that stuff is outside of my control. However, I think that, and I was just talking to one of my friends last night actually. He asked me basically, do I believe that I'll be like successful with my endeavors or whatever? And I'm like, you know, I think because I grew up with inconsistency, and manifested into me being inconsistent with myself. I remained consistent with the club because it was taking care of me financially. That I chose the club over my endeavors. And with my YouTube, it's like whenever I have stuff going on personally, I no longer feel motivated to pick up my camera. Whoever has been following me for the past few years, I used to post on YouTube every single day. And I didn't have a car. I was working at 2 clubs. I would Uber from one club to another club, and I was still putting out videos for you guys every single day. And when I moved into my apartment in Charlotte, a year after, I went through a period of time where I was going through things with friends, going through things within myself. I don't know if it was depression or what, but I lost motivation, and that's when I stopped posting on YouTube. And then when I moved back to Atlanta, I started to do the weekly vlogs, felt better. And then with everything that happened last year, just little stuff, just adjusting to stuff, just adjusting in everything. Being forced to sit down and see how things can be if I rely strictly on one thing. It makes me, it doesn't, I want to say, I'm still happy internally. However, I know that I deserve better, and I'm tired of these cycles happening every few months. If it's not my health, then it's my car, you know? And it's just like, I shouldn't have to be in these cycles where I'm working towards something and then I choose to just relax. And then when I choose to relax, that's when everything wants to happen. That's when the club wants to be slow and this, and the third. And essentially, I just think that I just have to have more faith in my capabilities when it comes to my YouTube, when it comes to even modeling, and when it comes to dance choreography, and when it comes to just prospering in the film world. I have to give myself more chances and just trust my creativity, trust my brain, trust my capabilities. Do my schedule differently so that I can do more things that I enjoy. So if I'm not able to do one thing, at least I can say I can fall back on other things, and the other things I genuinely enjoy. I don't want to not pour into my YouTube like I used to 3 years ago because I'm trying to survive. I don't desire to put survival over my life path anymore, because then I'm gonna be in the predicament that I am in now, which I don't prefer for my livelihood, just to sum it up. So that's everything that I've had going on this month. I feel 100% better now. I am okay. My health is getting back on track. I recommend your herbal lady to you guys if you ever come to Atlanta or if you live in Atlanta. I really do recommend them. I felt so comfortable in there. Like, even the lady remembering my name. Things as little as that, like, they just make you feel like family. And they really just desire to help you. And you know what's crazy? When I went to the clinic for my checkup, I was talking to one of the ladies there, and she ironically works at Emory, and her and I were having a conversation, and she even admitted that she's not allowed to tell her patients that, hey, if you're able to find a cheaper route or go the herbal route, you can. And I'm like, if there's someone that's literally in the medical field that is admitting that, that goes to show that the medical and big pharma is, they're messed up people. They don't care to take care of you. The ointment the clinic gave me was just to take care of the rashes, but what exactly were they doing to get the poison out of my system? They didn't give me a solution for that when I really sat and thought about it. So I pray that this video brings awareness. If you ever go through something and they prescribe you a sulfa type of drug, whether you're allergic to it or not, it's still poison. Don't even do it. Find an herbalist, okay? Yeah, I just pray for everything to be smooth sailing here on out. The retrograde is going to be over tomorrow. This retrograde is going down in history for me. And I'm just proud of myself for just keeping my head up. As hard as it can be, and I'm essentially doing everything by myself. I have no parents or nothing to help me. I'm doing pretty good rolling with the punches. That is all for this here story time. I would love to do more story times for you guys, because why not? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos from your favorite YouTuber. I enjoyed being transparent with you guys as always. I pray you guys have a great night, morning, evening, afternoon, day, whatever time you are watching this. And until next time, my lovelies. Bye. Show you just who I was outside of love, outside.